30 banned circus freaks that actually existed. Ever wonder what happened behind the velvet curtains of the circus sideshow? For centuries, unique individuals captivated audiences, defying expectations and challenging perceptions. From breathtaking acrobatic feats to astonishing displays of human variation, these performers became legends. Get ready for a journey into the extraordinary lives of sideshow stars, their stories of resilience, and the captivating acts that defined a bygone era of entertainment. Johnny Eck, billed as the half-boy, or the man with no body. Born with sacral agenesis, a rare condition that meant he was born without legs, Johnny's story is one of incredible resilience and defying limitations. Imagine a sideshow tent, bustling with anticipation. Johnny Eck emerges, walking effortlessly on his hands. He wasn't content with simply walking. He became an acrobat, performing handstands and other feats that would amaze anyone, regardless of their physical abilities. He even played basketball. And Johnny's life extended far beyond the sideshow stage. He was a talented artist, a painter and sculptor. He even dabbled in film, appearing in Todd Browning's 1932 classic, Freaks. Minnie Woolsey, Cuckoo. Born in Georgia back in 1880, Minnie lived with a rare genetic condition called Virchow-Seckel syndrome, sometimes referred to as bird-headed dwarfism. This gave her a very distinct look: a small head, a nose that curved like a beak, and a jaw that sloped backwards. Cuckoo embraced her difference, crafting a persona around her appearance. She'd wear these elaborate costumes, decked out in feathers and a dramatic headdress topped with a plume, really leaning into that bird girl image. Her performances were mesmerizing. She developed these unique, almost bird-like dances, moving her arms in a way that mimicked the flapping of wings. It was truly captivating, and audiences were drawn to her ability to turn her physical traits into a performance. Two-Headed Man. The Two-Headed Man was a captivating yet tragic figure in early 20th century sideshows. This individual, whose name is often lost to history, was born with parasitic twins, a rare condition where an underdeveloped twin is attached to the body of a fully formed twin. This resulted in a second, smaller head attached to his own. His unusual appearance made him a major draw for curiosity shows and circuses, drawing in large crowds, eager to witness this remarkable and, sadly, exploitative spectacle. Maurice Tillet. Maurice Tillet, born in Russia in 1903. Up until his late teens, Maurice looked like any other young man. But around 17, he started experiencing significant physical changes due to a condition called acromegaly. This caused an overproduction of growth hormone, leading to an enlargement of his bones, particularly in his face, hands, and feet. Maurice, a highly intelligent and cultured individual, he spoke nearly 10 languages and even wrote poetry, knew he would be judged on his appearance. So, he reinvented himself. He stepped into the theatrical world and, in 1937, emigrated to the United States. Here, he embraced the world of professional wrestling, becoming a star known as the French Angel, a name chosen to honor his parents. He even held the heavyweight championship in the American Wrestling Association. He wasn't hiding, he was performing, showcasing his strength and resilience. Before his death in 1954, Maurice allowed molds of his head to be created, resulting in 3 original masks. Today, 2 are housed in museums, preserving his unique likeness, while a 3rd remains in private hands. Over the years, copies have been made, further solidifying his image in popular culture. Daisy and Violet Hilton. Born in 1908, these conjoined twins, joined at the hip and sharing a circulatory system, entered a world that wasn't always kind to those who were different. Their mother, Kate Skinner, worked for Mary Hilton, who quickly saw the commercial potential in the twins' unique situation and, rather than providing support, essentially purchased them from their birth mother. Mary Hilton thrust Daisy and Violet into the world of sideshows, billing them as a must-see spectacle. They traveled extensively, performing in venues across the globe and becoming a fixture in the entertainment landscape of the early to mid-20th century. They learned to sing and dance, showcasing their talents alongside their physical difference. While they achieved a level of fame and financial success, their lives were largely controlled by those who profited from their condition. They longed for independence and a life free from the often exploitative nature of the sideshow. Tragically, Daisy and Violet Hilton died in 1969 from complications of the Hong Kong flu. Pip and Flip. Pip and Flip, conjoined twin sisters who became known as the Pinheads, while often referred to as the Twins of Yucatan, suggesting they were born on the Yucatan Peninsula. Their true origins remain uncertain. They lived with microcephaly, a condition resulting in smaller head size and intellectual disabilities. Pip and Flip found a home and a livelihood within the sometimes exploitative world of sideshows, notably performing with the Circus of Horrors. Accounts from those who knew them described them as cheerful, innocent, and even charismatic, captivating audiences not with their difference, but with their joyful presence. Their appearance in Todd Browning's 1932 film Freaks brought them wider recognition. Their portrayal, like that of other performers in the film, sparked important conversations about how society viewed and treated people with disabilities. Which performer's story resonated with you the most, and why? Frances O'Connor. Born without arms, Frances developed incredible dexterity with her feet. Imagine this. From a young age, she taught herself to perform everyday tasks: eating, drinking, writing, even sewing, using only her feet. At the age of 15, Frances brought her unique skills to the world stage, joining the renowned Ringling Brothers Circus. She lived in Sheridan with her mother, who managed her act. Her performances weren't about showcasing spectacle, they were about demonstrating the incredible things she could accomplish. She would eat, drink, write letters, all things the audience took for granted, but she did them in a way that surprised and captivated. She transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary. Joe Martin Lorello. Born in 1886, he became known as the Owl Man due to his incredible neck flexibility. Imagine this. He could turn his head a full 180 degrees, even walking while maintaining that position. It was a sight that left audiences in awe. In 1921, Joe Martin Lorello brought his unique talent to the United States, joining the iconic Barnum and Bailey Circus. This was the golden age of the circus, and he quickly became a popular attraction. His fame grew, and in 1940, his remarkable ability was immortalized in a photograph featured in Life magazine, further cementing his place in the annals of unusual performers. Sadly, Joe Lorello passed away from a heart attack in 1955. Pauline Musters. Born in the Netherlands in 1876, Pauline holds the Guinness World Record for the shortest woman who ever lived, standing at just 21.8 inches tall. Pauline, with her undeniable stage presence and captivating talent, captivated crowds. She was a skilled acrobat and a graceful dancer, her performances defying expectations and showcasing the incredible things a person could achieve, regardless of their physical size. Sadly, Pauline's life was cut short. She died in New York in 1895 at the young age of 19 from pneumonia and meningitis. Grace McDaniels. Let's talk about Grace McDaniels, a woman who, despite facing significant challenges, carved out a successful career in the world of sideshows. Born in 1888, Grace lived with Sturge-Weber syndrome, a rare condition affecting the development of blood vessels and often resulting in prominent birthmarks on the face. This led to her being billed, somewhat insensitively by today's standards, as the mule-faced woman. In the 1930s, Grace joined Harry Lewiston's Circus. This was a time when sideshows were a major form of entertainment, and Grace's unique appearance drew large crowds. For Grace, the circus provided a means of supporting herself and her son, Elmer, who traveled with her across the country. Susie, a woman who lived with a rare and often misunderstood skin condition called ichthyosis. Derived from the Greek word for fish, ichthyosis causes severe dryness and scaling of the skin. Sadly, in the past, people with this condition were sometimes insensitively referred to as alligator skin or fish scale people. In Susie's case, the roughness and cracking of her skin led to the particularly harsh nickname, elephant skin. Susie's appearance drew attention in the circus sideshow where she was presented as a curiosity. While this provided her with a livelihood, it's crucial to recognize the challenges she faced daily due to her condition. Ichthyosis isn't simply a cosmetic difference. It can cause significant physical discomfort and require constant care. Krau Farini. Born in Laos in 1876, Krau lived with hypertrichosis, a condition causing excessive hair growth all over the body. This, coupled with certain facial features, led to her being unfairly labeled the missing link, a term suggesting she was somehow less than human, a bridge between humans and apes. Krau was discovered by an explorer who, recognizing the potential for profit, brought her to Europe. She was exhibited as a curiosity, a spectacle presented as scientific proof of evolutionary theories, playing on Victorian-era fascination with the exotic and the unknown. From Europe, she was taken to the United States, where she became a star attraction in P.T. Barnum's shows. Krau's life underscores the exploitative nature of the sideshow and the harmful impact of labeling individuals based on their physical differences. Please comment 1 to let me know you'll be watching this video until the end. Fedor Jevtichuk. Fedor, born in Russia, lived with hypertrichosis, a condition that causes excessive hair growth all over the body, including the face. This gave him a very distinctive appearance, one that unfortunately led to his being exhibited as a human curiosity. Fedor became a star attraction in P.T. Barnum's famous sideshow, a world that both celebrated and exploited human difference. While the language used to describe him at the time was often dehumanizing, his stage presence and unique appearance captivated audiences. He became a well-known figure in the world of entertainment. Interestingly, Fedor's physical characteristics are said to have influenced the creation of the beloved Star Wars character Chewbacca decades later. This unexpected connection adds another layer to Fedor's story, highlighting the enduring impact of his image, even as we recognize the problematic nature of how he was presented in his own time. Mary Ann. Mary Ann lived a relatively normal life in Britain, working as a nurse and marrying a man named Thomas Bevan. However, after her marriage, she began experiencing symptoms of acromegaly, a condition that causes excessive growth of bones and tissues, leading to significant changes in her facial features and overall appearance. Tragically, Mary Ann's husband passed away, leaving her with the responsibility of providing for her children. In a time with limited options for women, particularly single mothers, she made the difficult decision to join the world of sideshows. Billed as the ugliest woman in the world, Mary Ann endured the insensitive and exploitative nature of this environment to support her family. Pansy Chinery. Let's transport ourselves back to the thrilling atmosphere of a 1916 circus and meet a truly daring performer, Ed E. Iana Pansy Chinery. Pansy specialized in an act that required incredible strength, skill, and, let's be honest, a bit of nerve. Imagine this. She performed an aerial routine, swinging high above the crowd, supported only by her teeth. This kind of act was incredibly popular during this era of circus performance. Audiences were drawn to the danger and the display of extraordinary physical prowess. Pansy, with her impressive dexterity and sheer bravery, stood out among her peers. She pushed the boundaries of what seemed humanly possible, demonstrating incredible control and flexibility. Bill Dirks. Let's talk about Bill Dirks, a man who, at the age of 40, reinvented himself and found unexpected fame in the world of traveling circuses. Living a relatively ordinary life in his Alabama hometown, Bill decided to embrace a rather unusual career path. He crafted a unique persona, billing himself as the man with 3 eyes and 2 noses. Bill cleverly used makeup to create the illusion of a 3rd eye situated between his 2 noses. While it was a clever trick, audiences were captivated. The sideshow thrived on the unusual and the unexpected, and Bill's fabricated anomaly fit the bill perfectly. He quickly became a major draw in traveling circuses, leaving his former life behind to embrace a new existence built on spectacle and illusion. Alice Elizabeth Dougherty. Born with hypertrichosis lanuginosa, Alice entered the world covered in a thick layer of fine hair. This unusual trait, while harmless, made her the subject of much curiosity and, unfortunately, led to her being exhibited in sideshows. Alice's parents, recognizing the public's fascination with her appearance, made the difficult decision to display her publicly. While viewed through a modern lens, this choice appears exploitative. It's important to consider the context of the time and the limited options available to families in such circumstances. Billed as the Minnesota Woolly Girl, or sometimes insensitively referred to as the Wolf Child, Alice became a recognizable figure in sideshows. Audiences were captivated by her unique appearance, a stark reminder of the diverse spectrum of human variation. Lavery Vallee. Lavery was known for her incredible strength and breathtaking trapeze artistry, but what truly set her apart was her audacious act. She would undress while performing her high-flying routine. Imagine the gasps and murmurs from the crowd as Charmian, suspended high above the ground, gracefully executed her trapeze maneuvers while simultaneously removing her costume. This daring act was a sensation, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in circus performances and challenging societal norms. What surprised you most about the lives and experiences of these sideshow figures? Millie and Christine McCoy. The story of Millie and Christine McCoy, often billed as the two-headed nightingale, is one of remarkable resilience and a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. Born into slavery in North Carolina in 1851, Millie and Christine were conjoined twins, connected at the lower spine. They faced the double injustice of living with a physical difference and being born into a system that denied them their basic human rights. Despite these immense challenges, Millie and Christine's talents shone through. They possessed beautiful singing voices and learned multiple languages. Exploited early in their lives, they were eventually emancipated and gained control over their careers, becoming celebrated performers in the circus. Edouard Beaupré. Edouard Beaupré, a Canadian giant who captivated audiences with his impressive stature and physical prowess. Born Joseph Edouard Beaupré-Pitre in 1881, Edouard stood out from a young age due to his exceptional height. He found a place for himself in the world of sideshows, where his size naturally drew attention. But Edouard was more than just tall. He was also incredibly strong. He transitioned into wrestling and became a formidable athlete, showcasing his strength and agility. He even joined the legendary Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, becoming a star attraction. While life as a giant presented numerous challenges, Edouard embraced his unique attributes and used them to build a successful career. Teo Valenzuela. Known as the heaviest man in the world, Teo weighed an astonishing 645 pounds. This photograph captures a moment in time, showcasing his remarkable size and the public's fascination with it. While Teo enjoyed local celebrity status, his extreme weight presented considerable challenges. Everyday tasks most people take for granted likely posed significant difficulties, impacting his mobility and overall health. In an era before widespread understanding of obesity and its associated health risks, Teo found a livelihood in showcasing his size. For Teo, these exhibitions offered a means of support and a form of recognition in his community. Unzi. Born with a lack of pigment in his skin, hair, and eyes, Unzi's striking appearance made him stand out in a time when albinism was less understood. At a young age, Unzi was discovered by show promoters who, unfortunately, saw his difference as a source of profit. He was brought into the world of circuses and sideshows, where he became known simply as the albino. He performed with various circuses, including the renowned Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, where his unique appearance drew large crowds. Grady Stiles Jr. The story of Grady Stiles Jr., known as Lobster Boy. Born with ectrodactyly, a genetic condition causing malformations of the hands and feet, Grady's life was intertwined with the world of sideshows. He followed a family tradition, becoming a performer and showcasing his difference to curious audiences. Grady struggled with alcoholism, and his personal life was marked by turmoil. Tragically, in 1978, he committed a horrific act, murdering his daughter's fiancé. This act of violence led to his imprisonment and cast a dark shadow over his life and the legacy of his family within the sideshow. Eli Bowen. Born in 1844 with a condition called phocomelia, which resulted in the absence of legs and shortened arms, Eli didn't let his physical difference define him. Instead, he developed incredible strength and flexibility in his arms, using them not only to navigate the world, but to perform extraordinary acrobatic feats. Imagine the circus tent, the hushed anticipation of the crowd. Eli emerges, and with surprising agility, begins to spin, jump, and execute controlled falls, all with remarkable precision and grace. He became known as the Legless Acrobat, a testament to his incredible skill and unwavering determination. His performances weren't simply about spectacle, they were about showcasing human potential and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. Eli Bowen captivated audiences, inspiring them with his bravery and reminding them that limitations can be transformed into opportunities. He became a powerful symbol of resilience in a world often less understanding of those with physical differences. Aloysia Wagner. Let's travel back in time and meet Aloysia Wagner, a remarkable woman who performed arriving in New York from Germany with her half-brother. Aloysia navigated life without arms and legs. Instead of allowing this to limit her, she embraced her unique abilities and carved out a space for herself in the world of sideshows. Imagine the scene. Aloysia, introduced as the beautiful Venus without arms and legs, would captivate audiences with her resourcefulness and skill. She moved by hopping, using the lower part of her torso with incredible strength and balance. And that was just the beginning. Using only her mouth, she would perform tasks that most people take for granted, combing her hair, getting dressed, even sewing. It was a display of remarkable dexterity and adaptability. George and Willie Muse. These brothers, born black and albino in late 19th century Virginia, faced a double burden of discrimination due to both their race and their albinism. Tragically, their story took a dark turn in 1899 when they were kidnapped and taken from their mother. Exploiting their unique appearance, showmen forced the brothers into the world of sideshows, fabricating outlandish stories about their origins. They were presented as Echo and Eco, the Martian ambassadors, or sometimes as sheep-headed cannibals from Ecuador, completely erasing their true identities and reducing them to exotic spectacles. Despite the dehumanizing treatment and the emotional toll of being separated from their family, George and Willie became popular sideshow attractions. Their musical talents emerged, and they learned to play various instruments, further enhancing their performances. Remarkably, after years of forced labor and exploitation, their mother, Harriet Muse, recognized them and fought tirelessly for their release. Her unwavering determination led to a legal battle that ultimately secured their freedom and exposed the injustices they had endured. Joseph Merrick. Born in Leicester, England in 1862, Joseph lived with severe physical deformities caused by a combination of rare conditions, most likely neurofibromatosis type I and Proteus syndrome. His appearance made him the subject of intense curiosity and prejudice in Victorian society. He endured stares, whispers, and outright rejection, often treated as a medical marvel or a sideshow freak rather than a human being. Despite the immense suffering and social isolation he faced, Joseph Merrick never lost his sense of self-worth. He sought connection and understanding, yearning to be seen for the intelligent and sensitive individual he was beneath his physical exterior. His story, thankfully, has been reclaimed from the sensationalism of the past. David Lynch's 1980 film, The Elephant Man, offers a more compassionate and nuanced portrayal, focusing on Joseph's humanity, his intelligence, and his unwavering desire for acceptance. Pascal Pignon. Pascual traveled across the United States, billed as the two-headed Mexican. Now, this wasn't a natural occurrence. Pascual had a large benign tumor growing on the top of his head. With remarkable ingenuity, he incorporated this into his act, crafting a wax face and attaching it to the tumor, creating the illusion of a second head. Imagine the scene: a sideshow tent, buzzing with anticipation. Pascual emerges, presenting his two-headed self to a captivated audience. While we might view this kind of spectacle with some skepticism today, it's important to remember the context of the time. Sideshows offered a unique form of entertainment, and for Pascual, they provided a livelihood and a path to notoriety. Dominique Castagna. Let's talk about a figure who represents a particular and often tragic archetype of the sideshow: the living skeleton. Dominique Castagna, one of the men who embodied this persona, became a popular attraction in traveling shows during the era when exhibiting human differences was a common form of entertainment. These individuals, sometimes referred to as shadows, were incredibly thin, often weighing less than 165 pounds, with some as light as 110. Sadly, in many cases, their extreme thinness wasn't a performance. It was the result of serious, underlying health issues like digestive disorders or tuberculosis. Frankie Saludo. Frankie Saludo was a beloved figure in the world of circus entertainment. A little person with an undeniable stage presence, Frankie starred with the Ringling Brothers Circus as a white-faced clown, often accompanied by a live rabbit. His act blended traditional clowning with his unique physical stature, creating a memorable and endearing persona. But Frankie's talents extended beyond clowning. He also delighted audiences with his uncanny impersonation of Charlie Chaplin, capturing the essence of the iconic silent film star. His performances weren't just imitations. They were infused with his own comedic timing and charm. Josephine Myrtle Corbin. Josephine Myrtle Corbin, born in 1868, holds a unique place in the annals of sideshow history. Known as the four-legged woman, Myrtle lived with a rare condition resulting from an embryonic fusion, leading to a duplication of her lower body. Two fully formed legs on each side, each with its own internal reproductive system. This extraordinary condition made her a remarkable attraction in circuses and shows. Despite the inherent challenges of her physical condition, Myrtle Corbin led a remarkable life, showcasing extraordinary strength and resilience. She performed in circuses, astounding audiences with her ability to function and move despite her unique anatomy, proving that human determination can overcome physical obstacles. John Jennings. John Jennings, born in 1890, was a powerhouse of strength and a true spectacle of the circus world. Billed as the modern Samson, Jennings channeled the legendary biblical hero, captivating audiences with his almost unbelievable feats of physical prowess. Imagine the scene, a circus tent filled with anticipation. John Jennings steps forward, and with seemingly effortless ease, he bends steel bars, lifts incredible weights, and even pulls vehicles with chains. His displays of strength were mesmerizing, and he quickly became one of the biggest attractions of his time. Inspired by the story of Samson, Jennings toured the United States, performing at fairs and circuses, solidifying his reputation as one of the strongest men of his generation. His success speaks to the enduring human fascination with the displays of physical power and the ability of a gifted performer to capture the attention of the public with remarkable feats of strength. Annie Jones. Annie Jones, born in 1865, became a legendary figure in the world of circus sideshows, known for her remarkable beard. This striking physical trait, hypertrichosis, set her apart in a time when such differences were often met with prejudice and misunderstanding. Billed as the bearded lady, Annie capitalized on her unique appearance, transforming it from a source of potential shame into a captivating act that filled circus tents with eager spectators. Despite the challenges of living in a society less accepting of physical variations, Annie charmed audiences with her confidence and charisma. She wasn't just a spectacle, she was a performer, a star who used her distinctive feature to create a successful career that took her around the world. These performers, each with their unique story, remind us that difference is not deficit. They challenged norms, captivated audiences,